is more like it. All kinds of crazy characters. This place is great. You know, it's whimsical and fun.
What are you looking at, mother?
Powerful Nerdcast assemble!
Stay dandy, baby.
I'm gonna cut to the chase right here. I loved this episode of Dragon Ball Daima. I felt like this was the first episode of the entire series to fully show what is so special about the Demon Realm. I could really feel their creative juices working in this episode, and even with that, despite the fact that the episode itself I think was absolutely beautiful looking, I think a lot of people are probably not going to like this episode. I feel like their balloon is going to get deflated, if you know what I mean. I mean, we just saw Vegeta go Super Saiyan 3, and that got everybody pretty hyped up, even if not everybody loved it. And, well, we expected a little bit more of that. Perhaps we were finally going to get Goku and his friends going up against Dr. Arinsu, Majin Ku, Majin Du. Some fusion would happen. It'd be crazy. But no, we're gonna do some old school Dragon Ball adventuring, and you know what? At first I really wasn't feeling it, but it didn't take long before I really got sucked into this episode, and it's mostly because of its art direction. This episode pretty much boils down to Goku and his friends are stranded on some random planet in the second demon world, which is called Planet Mega, where basically everything is giant-sized. Think that one level from Super Mario Bros. 3, think Pikmin, think Honey, I Shrunk the Kids if it were bathed in bioluminescence. It's also worth mentioning, this isn't even the first time that we've seen a giant planet in the Dragon Ball series, first appearing on planet Monmasu in Dragon Ball GT. If there's one thing I want to praise about this episode, it's how good it looked. Goku and his friends exploring this mysterious planet, which was filled with all manner of ridiculous creatures. We're talking weird giant hamster monsters, this weird freaky looking dog, which again just reminds me out of something from like Pikmin, especially the latest one if you know what I mean. And then they face off against a giant, which just so happens to actually be an adolescent child on this planet, one who happens to be on their way home from school and really doesn't care about Goku and his friends, really just seeing them as flies that need to be swatted away. And hilariously enough, this dude is like really friggin' powerful to the point where they really can't even stop him. They just have to make a quick and ridiculous escape. This was a turn your brain off and sort of sit back and relax kind of episode of Dragon Ball Daima, and really I was kind of here for it. I mean, I can understand because we've been on break since the last episode, so everybody was sort of getting antsy in the pantsy for some brand new action, maybe some new revelations about the villains themselves, but no, we ended up getting this old school sort of just adventuring episode, which, like I said, I'm just kind of down for it, and it's really just overall how good it looked. And the battle with the dog was equal parts funny and hilarious, especially when Vegeta just decides to say fuck this and basically just uppercuts it in the face. The creativity of the scenes, like Goku going into the dog's fur and fighting against monster fleas, or the final shot of the episode as they're actually leaving the planet, which is filled with all of these great multicolored lights, which are so layered and deep and really show you how unique this planet really is. Where was this creativity in all the previous episodes when our characters were just wandering around the desert with sand up their ass cracks? I got tons of laughs from this episode. The set pieces were a lot of fun, and really it just looked so good the entire episode. I don't know, I just really dug this one a lot. I understand that this episode really isn't going to be for everyone either. Like I said, I think people really want their action, and since we're getting closer to the supposed conclusion of Dragon Ball Daima, I can understand the thirst for something like that, but we'll get there eventually. We gotta remember where Dragon Ball came from. This is just sort of like paying homage to all of that, and bringing back those old school adventure-y feelings with all of our favorite characters in a brand new setting. A setting which, like I said, really I think showed off its stuff in this episode, so give this episode a chance, you know, maybe give it a rewatch, and maybe you'll see some of the things that maybe I appreciated, and if you did just love it, tell me about it in the comment section below. If you didn't like it, tell me there too. I mean, remember, we still got lots of action coming up, and it's gonna be really awesome, so there it is. That's my thoughts on the episode. I really enjoyed it. There it is. I'm rambling. Bye-bye.